Sometimes you find yourself in a place like this. What's up, people? Monday morning. Mondays are always crazy for everybody. 5:07. I haven't recorded a single thing. Well, except for I had to take a drug test earlier, but you'll have that sometimes. You'll have that. It's fine. Hey, sometimes it's for new, like a new adventure, maybe a new venture, I should say, not adventure. Sometimes it's people think you're on drugs. Nah, either way, whatever. I won't tell. Be one of those mysteries, and I'll give the answer to, I guess, after 100 days, right? After this 100 days is over. Sorry, I'm just trying. I keep on trying. I'm trying to play back this camera thing. If anybody's ever done a mobile app to replay their security system or camera, you know how freaking impossible it is. Anyway, got to the bottom of that. And I should be listening to my music on the way home right now, but hey, well, I didn't even want to turn it on. Back here at the office, I had a Karen last night scream at me. And you can't shit where you sleep, I guess the old saying is. So I didn't want to argue with her, but it struck me afterwards. It was about 3 p.m. when I went over there last night, or yesterday, I should say, to go and empty the bed of the truck out. And I thought, well, I'm in a commercial area. Anyway, a Karen hollered at me about my music, and I apologized, immediately turned it down, got out of the area, and then after leaving, I was like, wait a minute, it's 3 o'clock in a commercial area in the afternoon, like, whatever, dude. Anyway, hope everybody else had a good Monday. I've talked a lot about financial stuff on here. Tomorrow, I'm going to go over what I'm going to do to the Dodge Caliber to get it ready for sale. Probably drive it home tomorrow just to get it going and really, clean the inside out, get all my stuff out of it, and show thoroughly, because there's a person on here actually that wants to buy it. So I figure that's the best way, is just on camera. I'll drive it for a few days and show every single fault that it has, so that whoever buys it knows what they're buying 100%. But like I said, I say that stuff. I showed, goals on here, setting goals and achieving them, and got a goal, with paying this truck off, which is a running theme. One thing I've never talked about is any kind of emotional advice, and I don't want to leave any of you guys out. I mean, somebody may not need to hear about paying trucks off, or jobs or goals. Some people may be sitting here waiting to hear somebody give them the words that they needed to hear about some relationship situation they're going through. And what I'll say is, I think the most important thing is to never lose your worth. To never let anybody confuse you on your worth. Because it'll happen. And the people that you love the most and you think love you the most and have your best interest in mind, and you think that this is the person, my forever person, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, and you may have a lot of things in common, children in common, homes in common, all those things, but the minute that person tries to even slightly diminish your worth or try to make you feel less than, you gotta shut it down. I mean, that's all there is to it. Having respect for yourself should never come off as disrespectful in any manner or form. I know that cop sees me vlogging, but I'm not touching it, officer. I'll just say this. I got a close friend of mine that's been confiding in me. He's been in a relationship, multiple year relationship, over 5. And, he's just crushed recently because his significant other has a boundary issue. And I think what was worse to him than just the simple boundary issue, and the boundary issue was speaking one-on-one to, a man that she knew, that she grew up with, which is one thing in and of itself, but she was also like cash apping him, doing quick list grocery store things, sending it to him to give him food, and in response he was texting back to her, sexual stuff, like, oh, I owe you a Lewinsky, which we all know what a Monica Lewinsky is, and just very inappropriate stuff, and it really crushed him. And he said that when he went to speak to her about it, and tell her how it made him feel, that she just kind of brushed it off and made him seem crazy for even questioning her. And the best advice I have for that guy is, dude, know your worth, man. It's even worse, it's one thing for her to do that to you and to blur lines and to disrespect your relationship, but it's a whole nother thing for her to be like, oh my God, you're being ridiculous, and that's how you know for sure. Because then if she ever comes to you after that with an apology or tries to polish it in some way, if she cared, her immediate reaction would have been, I'm sorry, not, hey, you're crazy, you're blowing this thing out of proportion. So, and I want to tell you guys the same thing I just got done telling him. Know your worth, man. Like, hey, sometimes it's hard, it's never going to be easy. If somebody does you that way, regardless of what the situation, that was just his situation, but regardless of it, if they disrespect you in any way, don't blow up over the smallest thing. But if it's something that causes you actual pain, don't do it over and over. I go through this with my sister. Every time I talk to her, it's her telling me, this guy did this to her, this guy did that to her, and this guy just treats her like trash, and she just doesn't know her worth. And I would love to get her confidence back and to get her worth, because those kind of people sniff it out too, and if they think they can continue to get away with it, they will. So I don't know, maybe God put that on my heart to tell somebody. So maybe somebody out there right now struggling and needs to hear that and needs to know that, hey, you don't have to put up with it. You might think you do, and you might think you have nobody to talk to, but there's people out here, you know what I mean? That's the same with anything in life. We settle for a low wage sometimes at jobs just because we don't realize our worth. We don't realize, because we think in our minds, well, this is the best I can get. Nobody else is going to hire me, so I have to put up with this. Just things like that. And just knowing your worth across the board will make you 10 times more successful in anything, in business, in relationships, and all that. Just knowing what you're about and what you bring to the table. And I tell you what, people like confidence too. In the work field, in the relationship field, knowing that you're confident. The only ones that won't like your confidence are the ones that's trying to pull a wool over your head. You know what I mean? If they're trying to pull a fast one on you, your confidence is their worst enemy. So anyway, hopefully there's somebody out there that needed to hear that. There has to be, because, it wouldn't have been on me to say. But let's talk about this what's Jam Wang? Listen, am I the only one that thought this guy was AI at first? Like, beard's too perfect. I was like, oh, this looks like an AI version if somebody typed in, give me lumberjack with perfect beard or whatever. But also, I enjoyed the song, and I don't know, forgive me, but I thought this is what Upchurch has been begging for the whole time, right? I thought this is what he wanted. He wanted somebody to finally put it on pad, and he did. And I seen the little freestyle thing that he put out, which when I seen the notification, it was the first notification I got for Ryan Upchurch in a long time that I kind of got excited about, because I was like, ooh, here he comes. You know what I mean? He's answering. And then I click on it, and it's just this, like, I don't know, it's just this really short, like 2-minute freestyle. But freestyles, you don't edit, you let them run, you don't chop the video up. The only reason to chop it up is if you messed up and had to start over. And I'm not going to make this thing a whole bash him or whatever. This is I encourage him to, come on, man, do better than that. Like, do what you've been begging for, man. And he might be. That might have just been a little prelude to what's going to happen. But I think the whole thing's funny. But I'm glad to see it. And I hope the rest of you guys are up on Camo Face too, man. That Walnut Willie, like, if you don't like that, I don't know what you're doing, man. That Walnut Willie goes hard, dude. And I like the the mysteriousness of it. Like, it's just small channel dude, doesn't show his face. It's like low numbers, you know what I mean? So you don't even know who it is, like, but it's good music, you know what I mean? No shocker, back at the grocery store, kind of my second home, if you will. But let me get what I got to get out of here, and I'll get back with you guys. Hey, that's that anthem that you check your beer to, right? Is my beer perfect? Nah, ain't nobody got no Jam Wayne beer. Hey, listen, though, let's talk about that for a second. This Jam Wayne dude, you gotta have respect. I mean, in the first couple minutes of the video, when I see him sitting down, and I'm referring to this video here, the Rap Chess video, just being petty enough to sit there with a can of baked beans at the table. Man, and correct me if I'm wrong, but ain't this what Upchurch has been asking for a long time now? But I got to do my homework on Jam Wayne, because I don't know much about him. I just, I knew that the circle of drama sucked him in at some point, and I heard somebody saying his name, and I don't even know why that was anyway. He was like, screw Jam Wayne and screw this and that guy. And then within no time, Jam Wayne's like, all right, where the baked beans at? Let's sit at the table. And Rap Chess? You know what I mean? For somebody that was hungry lyrically and just was, I can't wait to take every one of y'all on. I just hope there ain't some excuse like, nah, man, he's too small for me to, you know what I'm talking about? Listen, I hope it turns into something fun, man. I think a lot of us are, and I think the fans get it twisted. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. I think some fans see this and they probably like Jam Wayne for whatever the last year, but they're also a big Upchurch fan, so now it's Jam Wayne forever, which is so petty, bro. So petty. When did we do that? When did it turn from, rap beefs being something fun to get both the artist's name out there, surrounding that beef, and to test each other's skills and to try to one-up each other until one of them has to, take defeat, take the loss, and the other one is crowned the winner, but they both come out on top because the fans got more music out of the deal. It's not like that anymore. Well, it is for other groups. It's just not for this little country rap corner, right? It's not for this little drama corner, right? And that's what you've turned your fans into, is you turned them into, if anybody even so much as, even if you think they're talking about you in some way, slick dissing you in some way, then, your fans are trained to cut their head off and put it on a stake, right? Which is bizarre. It's just music, man. Y'all would all come out on top if it wasn't for all this drama stuff. And, who knows? Maybe that's what they're doing to us, and I'm falling for it, and I look like an idiot right now. Maybe this video won't age as well, right? A couple months from now, somebody be like, yeah, that was all a big show that, they planned it at that last show they did together to beef with each other so the fans had something to do. Who knows? Who cares, really? But yeah, man, that Rap Chess goes hard too with the subs. And I gotta really sit down and break it down. I'm not a music reactor, or I would just sit here and play the whole thing verse by verse and listen to it. But I am very curious to see where this goes. If Upchurch will respond, actually respond, like thoroughly respond with a good, not just like this, like I say, and I don't know if he just sped it up or changed, did the voice changer in the iMovie app or whatever.
Listen, Chevrolet Piston.
To me, it almost seems like how certain people, when they're trying to say something and make a point, they go, yeah, it's a sign of, it's a lack of confidence. Like, if you have a confidence in what you're saying, you're not just going to shout your jibber, and you're not going to change your voice, you know what I mean, high pitch it, like, hey, we're doing a rap, bro. This is a freestyle, dog. You know what I mean? Like, it just comes off, I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it was a lack of confidence for me. People are going to think I'm going one way with this, aren't they? I'm not trying to. I'm just being honest, Some people don't like it, like I was saying earlier. Those people, if you're confident and honest, man, it's their biggest enemy. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. Cars for sale. Like I said, I left my email to the one guy, and then I told the other guy to get a hold of me on IG. I do want to sell that. Like I say, we'll get started on that. Hopefully it's not too dark to try on my pool cover again tonight. Probably is going to be, but I got a couple other things that I want to talk to you guys about business-wise that I think, you ever know something about business, but you just don't have the time to do it, and you would love to see other people doing it? Sounds like a pyramid scheme. That's not what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm almost home, and I'm just going to edit it from right here. It's probably shorter. For that, I apologize. I had to let my blood pressure actually go down a little bit because this black dude outside the grocery store just a minute ago, and it blows my mind. And I'll tell you verbatim what I said to him. I said, "Oh, so you see I've got this nice pullover on, and you think I'm sweet or something." You know, and I didn't even notice it. On the way in, he thought me holding a phone in my face like this, talking into it, was somehow me recording him. So he got slick out the side of his neck. On the way in, I didn't even see it, and I'll play it back right here. You probably catch it. You don't even know who it is, you know. He was saying something to me, and I just didn't pay him no mind. But I wasn't recording, unfortunately, on the way out. And he's like, "Bro, what's up with that phone, bruh?" And I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, "What's up with that phone, bruh?" And I was like, do I owe you something? Like, do I owe you an explanation, or do I know you? He's like, "Bro, you was recording me, bruh." I'm like, "Are you famous or something? Because if not, I wasn't recording you, idiot." Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't even know why people try me, and it just gets my blood pressure up. And the worst part about it is, you know, they're not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, you ever have somebody rile you up and then get all apologetic, and you're even madder because they got you hot, and then just tried to shut it off. Anyway, it was a weird video. I love you guys, and I just backed into the driveway in the truck that I'm trying to pay off, baby. Woo!